What up YouTube, it's me, it's your favourite Steve. It's wobbly hand time. This is my dire top 10 sales from not last week, the week before. What up YouTube, how you doing? Yeah, this is it's Sunday while I'm filming this. I think I'm uploading it today as well, I'm not sure. This is my top 10 sales from, what's the date now? I think it was, I can't remember. I know it ended on the 25th. Anyway, not the week that's coming to an end now, but the week before. I wanted to share this week. I think I mentioned in my last video, my last sales video, all my fingers in the way. My last sales video, I didn't just want to share the good weeks. I was getting into a thing where I was just sharing the good sales. I wanted to show you as well when I have crappy weeks and what sells in the crappy weeks. This was a crappy week. I mean, it's up there for one of the worst weeks I've had this year. For anybody that's new to the channel, if you are watching this thinking, God, this is a shoddy way to film, because I'm just filming my laptop screen. This is a shoddy way to show us how his sales are doing. Just to cover myself, I have tried in the past to not do wobbly hand time top 10 sales, and I had a bunch of complaints from people, so you know, this is way easier for me to hold my phone to the screen. So if it's easier for me and people enjoy me doing it this way, whatever. So sorry if anybody's thinking, what a shoddy way of doing the top 10 sales. But anyway, yeah, this week was pretty shite. I mean, I think one that went on bids gone into my top 4. That's how bad it was. Like this one, that was my 10th highest profited item. I think about £3.59. I was just looking at the spreadsheet, so that's how dire this week was. So yeah, I'll go through them, tell you around about what I paid for them, and around about what the profit was. Around about the figures are all on my phone, but I can't remember. Anyway, so I'm in at number 10. This Ben 10 Ultimate Humongous Sword figure. If you ever see this guy, he'll get you a few quid. You know, if you're going to pick him up for like £1 or less, if you're into figures, he'll always get you around like whatever kind of version of him, and there's quite a few versions. I've sold a different version of him this week. He'll always get you a few quid if you ever want to pick him up. But yeah, this would have cost me, you know, £1, couple of pound, £1.31, something like that, I don't know. But yeah, this got sold for £5.99 Ultimate Humongous Sword Ben 10. In at number 9, I was surprised by this jacket. As you can see, this is part of my 50% sale. If you don't know, I run, because I'm listing stuff every day. I haven't got a lot of room, so I run a lot of 50% sales. If it's been, I'll do 5 a day, as long as it's been sitting there for over 6 months. This has been sitting there, I think it was just before I left my full-time job. So it's been sitting there for a while. I originally had it on for £24.99. I think this cost me 4 or 5 quid. I really should know this. I really should study the spreadsheet. But yeah, this, you know, it hasn't cost me anything less than a £5. But yeah, it was on for £24.99. Reduced it 50%, so £12.50 off. Ended up going for £12.49 with £3.95 postage. But I did think that this would go for more. But yeah, one of them. Anyway. In at number 8, WWE figure Heath Ledger. Again, I don't like Ben 10 or WWE unless it's something unique and being in my top 10. But you know, these figures they sell all the time. The wrestling figures and the Ben 10 figures, and they'll pick me up. They'll drip me along. You know, if you sell, like, which I do, combined Ben 10 WWE, I sell about 5 to 10 a week. So if you're looking at three, I know there's some that's probably lower, but like £2, £3, £4. This one's about, I think it was £5 something. This made a profit on. They add up, and I've got loads of them. So yeah, WE figure Heath Ledger again. I think this one cost me maybe, I think it was £1.51, something like that. But I ended up selling for £6.99. Been listed for a while. In at number 10987. Yeah. This massive job lot of Thomas the Tank. Yeah, this went for 19 quid. This had been listed, man. This was from a car boot. Where was it now? I think it was Dark Lane. So you're on about just over a year ago, year and a half ago. Went through the Christmas period. I thought it would, last Christmas. Thought it would sell. Last Christmas didn't sell. Put it on half price. I had it listed for 50, I think. Put it on half price. Nobody took it. Put it on bids and ended up having quite a few watches on it. Ended up bidding up to 19 quid. I think I put it on for £9.99. Because the job lot cost me a tenner. So again, what I'll do, I'll use up all my 300 bids. That you're, what is it? I can't remember the store names, but I think I'll get 300 free auction listings a month. So after I've put stuff on 50% sales, I think they run for a month. I think it is. I'm not 100%. Don't hold me to that. It's 2 weeks or a month. I can't remember. I don't know. Is my finger? Where's the lens here? There we go. I'm worried about my finger going out of the lens. So yeah, the half price sales will run for about a month. What I'll do if it still hasn't sold on a half price sale, I will then put it on bids as long as I've got free bids, if you know what I mean. So if I've still got like bids available, like auction listings available, I'll use them up until I've run out. I won't pay for like an auction listing, but I'll use up those 300. This was one of the ones that I used up. So yeah, it cost me a tenner. I put it on for £9.99 just to get my, get a bit of money back off it. But it went up to 19 quid, so I made a profit on it, which I was happy about. A lot of the bids that I have on don't. A lot of the bids just sell for the cost price or less. So I was happy with it. Ended up having 5 bids on it, sold for 19 quid, cost me a tenner. Next, yeah, that's how crap this week was. A job lot of unbranded military toys and figures. These were bundled up. I think I mentioned it a few weeks ago. Well, not a few weeks ago. It was before the kids went on holiday. I dropped a box of miscellaneous toys all over a charity shop. It had a lot of army figures, wrestling figures, other bits of figures in there, and this was in there. This unbranded stuff. There was other branded stuff which I can't remember the name of the brand now. But this didn't have any brands on, so I just kind of did a job lot for £9.99. Didn't last on the listings very long. Some of those cards are die cast, but none of them had any kind of stamps on. But yeah, this cost me like £1.21. Ended up selling for £9.99. In at number 5. Now this guy bought 2 of these. These Yale number 77 traditional door night latch lock. Bought these from a mate a while back. Wait a minute, let me hide. For some reason, sure, there we are. It's showing the guy's name. Oh well. Yeah, what was I saying? Got a job lot of stuff of like, I think it was Yale, Bosch. What was the stuff that got good money? And some thermostats that I bought as well. And this was just part of that job lot. So this cost me like breaking it down, it cost me like 62p or something like that. It might say 1 on there, but the 2 sold were to this guy. So this guy ended up buying 2 of them. I think it was like £6.95 profit on both of them or something like that. But yeah, they wouldn't have cost me any more than 60. I think it was 62 or 79p. Oops. In at number 4. Another bids. So as I said, yeah, I was kind of saved by these bid orders this week. A Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gi. I know about this guy. I used to do some BJJ myself. BJ or GJJ I used to do. BJJ is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I used to do Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. So I knew there was some money in these gis. I won't pick this up again. This cost me a £5. The issue that I found with kind of listing this is, you can get them brand new. Nobody really wants one that you're gonna buy off eBay hanging off his kitchen door. I think I had it listed for about 50 quid at the time. But it cost me a £5. I ended up going on bids for 16 with 11 bids, so that was a bonus. In at number 3, this was from the clothing haul that I got the other week. Again, this cost me about £1. Just a men's Holland Esquire. I'd never heard of the brand before. It had a few pulls on it and stuff like that. I think you probably could have got more than 15 quid, but I just kind of, I thought I'll put it on for a little bit less because it had some pulls and what's it called? It was pretty frayed all over. But yeah, that cost me £1 and ended up going for 15. Number 2. Now this says it sold for $49.99. It didn't. It sold for $35. It didn't. Did it have best? Yeah, it had best offers on, but it's not showing on there for some reason. It did have best offers on the listing. It ended up selling for 35 quid. I went through a phase last year, about this time last year, I was buying a lot of motorcycle jackets. They kind of piled up in the loft. And I haven't really sold a lot of them. I've sold 1 or 2. I think I've still got about 4 or 5 left in the loft from last year. But yeah, this was one that was coming up to go on bids, to be fair, because I think I'd reduced it to 25 quid and I really snapped it up, but then I was getting some offers. I had offers from someone at some point that was offering me 20 quid and I paid 15 for this. And then we went back and forth and they didn't want to pay any more than, I think it was 26. I didn't want to let go for 26, even though it's been sitting there for about a year. I didn't really want to let go for 26 and I was like sticking to my 35 kind of minimum. But then the next day, I'm guessing they got their missus or something, or used a different account to then go back and forth with me again on like best offers. But then as soon as I sent them 35 quid, they took the 35 quid. So yeah, but it cost me 15 quid. It ended up selling for 35. Ignore that 49.99. But I was glad to get rid of it. I've got so many of them. I was glad to get rid of the motorcycle jacket. Motorcycle jacket. And in number 1, told you it wasn't the best week. A $19.99 sale. This would have cost me, I think it was about $1.99, something like that. Nike England Rugby 2005-2007 navy blue away shirt. I'm doing alright with these rugby shirts, especially. I'd say it's the same with football tops as well. If you can find them with long sleeves, they're worth a bit more money. So I think I just was that a tip? I think it might have been a tip.
Steve Green's tip of the week.
So yeah, that was my top 10 sales from this week. Next week should be better. Should be better. Well, I know it's going to be better. And I'll try and do it earlier. I won't leave it till Sunday. Probably do it around Wednesday time. But thank you very much for watching. I hope that you could hear me. Sorry, I've got to keep it down. The kids are in bed. But for now, peace out, all that jazz. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.